Okay. What I'm working on today are the two little houses. And you can see this is the representation of the dollhouse I had as a kid, and then the one that was my mother's that I also played with. So you can see I started drawing some on here, and you can also see I've made some markings. Now, these are not faithful representations. They are my, how do I put it? It's a visual element that I'm going to be using a lot, and that I have been using a lot. And I'm kind of playing not fast and loose with it, because I'm sticking with, this part of, oh man, I need to do some more over there. I'm adding elements in colors, etc., that make it very much that. However, like I had said before in this one, I made the roof line too low. I needed to put the roof line maybe more back up there so I had more windows. So, pardon me, I got a frog in my throat. I'm putting in the windows, and like on the back of this dollhouse, there's like no windows or anything, so I'm just kind of playing it by ear. And it's interesting because each one of these I'm doing a little bit differently. Now, you can see on this one, I've drawn quite a bit more, and you can see I've made some markings. Now, for this house, I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm using like really tiny little templates. I'm coming in with my ruler and figuring out where things are and then drawing them in. That's one of the reasons why I need to give this one a better coat of white paint. You can see it still needs to be painted again. And I didn't want to do anything until I got the windows and the, I cannot believe I'm even going to try this. I don't know if this is going to work. And when I say windows, I have a little window and these are like, I don't know, I think about, that's about 8 centimeters by probably 6. That's probably about, that's 6 millimeters by, I think, 1. So basically what I'm doing, if I'm taking, let's just take this one, and you can see I've found the middle here. I'm just placing this here, and I'm really eyeballing it. I'm not going to even attempt to measure because it's just too big. And then I can hold it down with one hand, and I've got my pencil here, and I can just very quickly draw that in. And if I need to come in with my little ruler just to give it a little bit more line, you can see that that's fairly easy to do. Now, one of the main reasons I had to do it this way as opposed to the way that I'm going to show you I'm doing this, I'm putting the windows on here, is because of this. I'd gone ahead and built this on. Otherwise, I probably just would have used a template. Now again, I'm going to add, actually, I think I wanted to add 2 windows on one side. I'm going to add this window up here. I am just going to eyeball this window because there's a part of me that's just like, I do not have time to try to measure this. And I have to honestly say, there is a part of me that's like, okay, we're just going to take it slow. Just chill. It's pencil. Nothing's going to... Okay. And there's that tiny window. And now I realize I really wanted to put 2 in there. So let's try this again. But I'm going to move I've got the line that I can line it up on. It's about 2.5 millimeters because I need to leave some space in between them. And then, so there's one window and then the second. I could, if I wanted to, get really super specific about this and measure everything perfectly. But I don't know that it's necessarily worth it. I also wanted to take some time to point out, I built these tiny houses out of bookboard. They're nice and solid. One of the reasons I did that is because I knew I would be drawing things onto the surface, and I wanted to make sure that I could hold this without crushing it. I very easily could have just made these out of carton board, but then doing something like this would be nigh on impossible. And I'm just gonna, so there's the side. Now, if I want to add these in, I can. I don't think I'm going to put them on the side. I think I'm going to put them on the front and on the back. And then, oh man, tracing these is just going to be a challenge and a half. Because I have some different ways that I want to do these. I don't know. Maybe I want to just draw these in. I think I'll come back in with my ruler and make sure those are nice and neat. Because I'm going to be painting around things and then adding in elements, other elements in here. Now, be careful and get those out of the way. With this house, what I call the, this was my doll house, I just made a really quick paper template from this. Now, you might be saying, well, how quick can you make a paper template? I thought that in the future, even for this piece, I might want to make more of these. Or if, say, this one just didn't look right, I would have had the measurements to make another one, because it's so much easier to make things if you've got a pattern. So all I did was take this and trace it on some paper. So taking the time to make something like this, which didn't take much time at all, means that A, I can make more of these in the future, and then B, making a template like this, came together super quick. Now, because this is kind of a wished for kind of, I always wish there were more windows. All I'm going to do is line this up and then carefully come in and trace around. And I can straighten these up as needed. So now you can see I've got windows on that side. And then here's the kitchen, the little end of the kitchen wall. And I still need to do this one. There's got to be a door in there. And I think I may add another little window. But I don't think I actually made a piece, a pattern piece for this, because I just laid it in. Okay, this one's a little bit more delicate. And again, this is pencil. It'll erase off. So if I really totally goof something up, I can erase it off pretty easy. So that is how I'm putting these together. Now, I want to start painting some of these today, and I want to do them in a different way for each. And I think that this one, I'm actually going to be painting around, and I'm going to be cutting out some areas here and peeling them out, the first layer of paint, and then adding other pieces. And when I say other pieces, I just pick up a piece of paper, another piece of paper, a color of paper in. I've always liked, I know this sounds really strange. There's part of me that I find it very like cozy and safe. It's a strange thing when you're walking through, when my husband and I are walking through the neighborhood, and we were walking home a little later in the evening last night. The sun had almost started going down, and you can see people turning on their lights in their houses. There's something very comforting about that. In Finland, I noticed it too. Like, you would have, everything would be dark, but you'd have these little bits of light showing through in the darkness, and I really like that. It's not like I'm, pervy or weird or anything, and I want to go peep in people's windows. I just find it a very comforting thing. The day is winding down, and you can hear people doing dishes, and the kids are coming inside, or cleaning stuff up, and people are maybe outside walking their dogs. It's a very comforting, communal kind of feeling of safety kind of thing. So I kind of want to, that's what I want to approach with this house. In fact, I think I want to do, I had done white in one piece, and I think I want to do yellow in this one. So yeah, that is what I'm working on today. And hopefully I'll have something interesting to show you. for tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and finish laying in all of the windows. And oh, I want to show you how easy it is to just... And also knowing there may be a little bit of a ghost there, but I'm going to paint over it, so it's not a big deal. I'm going to do a different version than this on this one. So I need to figure out what that's going to be because I have a couple of different things in mind. Okay, that's weird. That's disjointed. Okay, I'm going to get back to work and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you, patrons. Bye!